All right, go ahead and call to order. This meeting's called to order, noting that the time, date, and place of said regular meeting was filed with the county clerk prior to December 15th of the previous year, that the agenda of said regular meeting was posted 24 hours prior to the said meeting, excluding Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays. Chad?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Here. Item number 2 is consent agenda. Following items which concern reports and items of a routine nature normally approved at board meetings will be approved by one vote unless a board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. Consent agenda consists of discussion, consideration, and approval of the following. Those are items 2A, through 2G. Any discussion?
I'll make it myself. You?
Nope.
I'll make a motion to vote yes on, or vote for 2A through 2G.
Second.
Chad?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Yes. Item number 3, principal's report.
Mr. Owens, you're probably last because you got number 4 also. At the elementary, I talked about like our parent meetings that we started this year. We completed those during the month of September. I think they went well, and it's something that we're probably going to try to do. I probably talked about that, but. Oh, gotcha. It's probably something that we're going to try to continue to do. It's just an informational meeting for the parents, just like different procedures in the classrooms, maybe what night the folder will go home or where they need to look for information. So I think that's something that went very well. We ended those or completed those in September. The Aware Grant program, they provided a Generation Y assembly, and I know that was for pre-K through 12. So that was also in September, and we did get our materials that we ordered for our PAWS program that finally came in. Kids are very excited about that, so we have that up in our halls now. We celebrated International Dot Day, which we do that every year, and it's a really good, it's a kid's book, but it encourages kids to try new things and just gets them to think about if you could leave your mark on the world, what would it be? We celebrated that in September. We had our first Beautiful Day celebration during September. It was a big one because we did, I think, 3 months of celebrations during that. And we'll do that in our, our volunteers continue to just support us, and our community continues to support us. So that's just a wonderful program, and our kids are excited, and it's really exciting because you think it gets old, but then we forget that the first grade, because it's just second, third, and fourth. So those first graders get to see it, so it's new to our second graders. So they were really, really excited this year. Our October word of the month is self-direct, so we're focusing on that. And it's like focusing on kids setting goals for themselves, whether it's behavioral goals, whether it's academic goals, just to be the best that they can be. So that's what we're focusing on during the month of October. We had our October Rise and Shine, and that was led by Ms. Digby's class. I led September, and so this was our first student-led Rise and Shine, and they did an awesome job. This year we changed. I did the Energy Bus Student of the Month, and I don't do one during August. That's kind of a starting point. We're just getting our feet under us. So we always do our first Student of the Month and Teacher of the Month in September. And we changed it this year. I think I just wanted it to be different. And I kind of talked about this. I did a talk at Kiwanis and bringing the PAWS program in, and we're trying to center our discipline, our behavior, everything around the wolf, PAWS and the wolf, because I think I just want to bring that tradition and that pride back, and for it to start really in the elementary. When I was young, we were cubs. You guys are a lot younger than me, but we were cubs, and it was a really big thing in junior high to become a wolf. I mean, it really, I remember that, oh my gosh, we get to be a wolf. And not that the kids don't appreciate that now, but that was just such a good feeling and a good tradition. And I think that we need to start taking more pride in that and kind of focusing on what would a wolf do. And that's kind of what our theme is this year in the elementary. And taking it back to like respect and the integrity and all that, tying it back in with our PAWS program, but also we want them to be good students, but just that they leave elementary to be just good human beings. I mean, we want to educate them, but we want, you know, we're going over manners this year, like coughing into your arm, saying thank you. I mean, just simple things that we take for granted that kids know. So just kind of getting back to the basics, but also pulling in that tradition and that pride of being proud that we're from here, representing ourselves well. But, and it's always, we always do get phone calls when our kids go someplace, and this is the truth, bragging on our kids and how they behave. I mean, even in the elementary, we've gotten phone calls. So it is, we do have a sense of pride, but just enforcing that and getting kids to reflect back and go, what would a wolf do? But also, that gets them to just to reflect and be better human beings and just be better kids. So that's kind of what we're focusing on this year. But we changed our award from the Energy Bus to, I kind of want to tie it in with the wolf theme, to the Alpha Award. And we looked it up, and I kind of wanted to make it catchy, but that Alpha, because I was thinking it was just a male wolf. It can be a female wolf too. So, and just what the traits of a wolf would be. And there was a gentleman that studied wolves. And anyway, it was very interesting how the characteristics of a wolf, like he studied these wolves. They had compassion, they had pride. Anyway, I kind of told the kids about that and tied it back in with that's how we want to be, you know, tying our awards of the month in. So we changed it to the Alpha Award. So our Student of the Month awards this year are called the Alpha Award. And then that's also for our teacher. And so each of the grade level teachers chose those kiddos. They were recognizing our Rise and Shine, and then they also got the gold token and got a free book from our book machine. So they were really excited about that. And then our staff member, and I don't make it teacher, I make it staff member, just because we have paras, it's a staff member. And it was, I chose Liz Torres this month, and I try to choose somebody that's kind of stood out, not that everybody doesn't do a great job, but stood out that month. And she's somebody that's worked with we have a Spanish-speaking, totally Spanish-speaking student this year. And she's a para, but she's also part-time helping us with that kiddo, and just does a wonderful job. And we pull her left and right, and she kind of reminds me of my Mima. She just has that heart where she never says anything bad, and she just has a heart, a servant's heart, and just has grace and kindness. And we need more. We need 20 of her, but we have 20 of her. But I just really appreciate her. So that was our Alpha Award winner for the staff member of the month. We are celebrating Fire Prevention Week this week. It's only 2 days, and I think the fire department's coming like in 2 weeks to do the fire truck rides. We couldn't coordinate, so it's been a busy schedule. But we're telling the teachers to go ahead and review the fire safety tips and everything, and then we'll schedule the fire truck rides later, because that's always a favorite with our kiddos. Tomorrow is Walk to School Day. We scheduled it. It was October 4th, the International Day was, but it was raining that day, so I didn't want to do that, so we're doing that tomorrow. And that's just something fun, just kind of reinforces getting out with your family, walking to school, being healthy, protecting the environment, so that's always a fun thing. And the teachers, we're going to walk down from the corner, and then we're going to take the group around the school, just because some kiddos ride the bus, they don't get to walk to school, and we just want everybody to kind of feel like they're a part of it, and the kiddos enjoy it, so we'll do that tomorrow. Then we have Unity Day coming up, which focuses on kindness. And Red Ribbon Week will be coming up, and of course our parent-teacher conferences, which will be October 23rd and 26th. So, and I want to also talk about the lockdown situation. That was great, and I think that we all came together and handled it with grace. And I know a lot of the parents thought our kids thought that it was going to rain. And they were like, why are we going outside? Well, it's going to rain. Miss Webb, there's not a cloud in the sky. I was like, well, it's coming in, though. I think it's coming in. At the end of the day, they're like, it still didn't rain. Well, it's still coming in, you know. So we handled it that way. So there's a way that we can handle it where kids aren't scared and we just go on, you know, with our day. So, and I'm proud of our staff. We all came together, and I think handled that the best we could in that situation. So proud of that. So thank you for all you guys do, too.
Thank you.
I'll second that on the lockdown drills. Our kids would get the notifications on their phones, but we were just kind of honest and kind of told them what was going on, but that we were safe, and Mr. Mooring did a great job of making sure that we were all informed and aware, so that takes a lot, I know, being in his role doing that. Our academic team competitions are underway. Said on here that we had 2, but we actually canceled the one on Wednesday because the storm was coming in and we were under lockdown. So we've had one, Mrs. Manier, who is our new science teacher at the middle school, has agreed to do that sponsor, so she's learning different procedures and ways to tag people in, and so they're looking forward to the upcoming meets that they have. Our students did a great job. Our cookie dough fundraiser finished out. We did $22,000, a little over that in sales. $40,000 of that goes back to our middle school activity account. Thank you guys for supporting that and for buying cookies, and a lot to be stocked for a while at my house as well. Mrs. McCartney, Miss Liz, does a great job of keeping all that straight and depositing money into our account, so we want to thank her for that as well. We also finished up our Scholastic Book Fair last week. We raised $827 for our Scholastic money that we can purchase books from Scholastic, and then $500 in cash that goes to our activity account. And Miss Tully and Miss Gibson did a great job with that. The best part of that was seeing kids buy the books. They actually bought books more than they did junk this year, because you usually see them walking around with they did do some of that, but they were excited about the new books, and we had a lot of kiddos reading all around campus with that. Mrs. Heffley, our Builders Club sponsor, elected officers last week, and our president is Victoria Apgar. Vice President is Deslin Weaver, and Secretary is Lily Apgar. We appreciate Ms. Heffley doing that, and it's a good program that she does and has lots of different activities that she sponsors throughout the year. Davis Middle School was awarded the Gear Up for Life grant from the K-20 Center in OU. Gear Up stands for Gaining Early Awareness and Readiness for Undergraduate Programs. That's a mouthful, that's why they say Gear Up. It's a federal grant that is sponsored by the U.S. Department of Education. It is preparing students to pursue college education, so that incorporates not just students being aware, but working with parents to help them on it. That 32 schools in 27 districts in Oklahoma got that. It's a 7-year project, so sort of a long-term commitment. It's working with our 6th and 7th graders from this year. So we're getting ready to go to training. We have a Zoom meeting in October and then training in November, and then we'll begin implementing that. Focuses on increasing engagement, learning, academic preparation for post-secondary. Also looks at graduation rates and then those opportunities in financing, ways to finance college afterwards. So some of those parents aren't really aware of what's available out there. So it's a lot of good parent-home communication, and also works with our secondary schools. So we're excited about that. Middle school, high school midterms, Mr. Owens and I got together and agreed that it'd probably be better to do that after fall break. We have a lot of absences on Monday and Tuesday before fall break, so that'll be next week on the 19th and 20th. Students of the month, 5th grader was Braylon Houston. Braylon's mom's name is Patricia Schock, and he put a question mark on school activities, but this kid is a blessing. He is such a pleasure. He has a smile on his face everywhere he goes. He participates in everything that we do school-wide. He enjoys playing outside with friends, and his goal is just to do the best that he can. Our 6th grade student of the month is Briley Deaton. Briley's parents are Dana and Michael Deaton. She participates in 6th grade cheer, band, and choir. She loves to jump on the trampoline, sing, hunt, ride her bike, and go to church. Her goals this school year is to get 100 on all of her tests and to play her baritone, and I know she is really big into that, and she gets tickled with me every day. We have a little joke that she and I do all the time. She's like, Miss Finnerty, and she just, so I love Briley to death. Our 7th grade student of the month is Paige Kopenbarger. Kate and Jody Kopenbarger are her parents. She participates in basketball, track, and cheer. Her personal activities and hobbies are to dance. Her goals for this school year is to get straight A's and get better at basketball. I know she's excited about basketball season coming up. Our 8th grade student of the month is Cameron Hoffman. His parents' name are Jeremy and Lisa Hoffman. His school activities are band, synergy, and football filming. He loves to act and to game are his hobbies. And his goals for the school year is to get better at singing. He asked me, he said, Miss Finnerty, what are you going to do with that? And I said, well, I'm going to read it at the board meeting. And he said, well, you know, my dad's a board member. I said, yeah. I said, I know that. I said, do you want to come and stand up in front of everybody? He goes, no, I don't. So, but he's just a pleasure to watch. He's great in our drum line, and he always asks me on Friday nights, are you going to watch me? And so we wish them luck. They're actually going to competition tomorrow. So we wish our band the best of luck there. Our teacher of the month was Mrs. Heffley. Again, I kind of recognized her a little bit earlier. She is our Builder Club sponsor. She does a lot with our kids. She has a great rapport with them, and she's just a blessing to have in our district. So thank you to her, and thank you guys for all that you do.
Thank you. So at the high school, before we even talk about that, I was at the Rise and Shine. That is really cool. I thought the Cub thing was awesome. It was, and it makes sense to me. Being the Cub, looking forward to being the Wolf, I thought it was really cool. And I look up the traits of wolves and how they, I look that stuff up all the time, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting. We've had an exciting time, had a lot of visitors on campus lately. We've had Sergeant Fleming with the National Guard. He's the new representative with them. He comes through, and he was talking to our Miss Burke's classes. That's the seniors for the internships. They brought him in here, and they were doing mock interviews. He had a guy with him. So I don't know exactly. It was his colleague. I don't know if he's who he's training or whatever, but they had 2 stations set up for mock interviews. Kids have been working on their resumes and things like that. I think it's awesome just to have them kind of thrown into the fire with somebody that is not us. It's a stranger, and they kind of can grill them on some questions and things, make them be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So that was a good deal, and it was successful. We like that. The FAM representatives from the First Americans Museum have been kind of in and out all over. That's Coach West's class with mainly our sophomores, doing a lot of really cool stuff. We've had the Zoom meetings. They've been playing stickball just right over here. All kinds of different activities, which are always great. And having that firsthand information when the people come in and talk to the students is the best thing for teaching history, is firsthand information so they can tell the story. So that was great. We went on the tour today with all of those kids. They acted, just like Davis kids act. It was a good deal. They had a good time. Left at 8:20, got back about 2:45. Bunch of dancers there, and the food trucks. We just kind of let them roam around. They had the theater there where they had the short films. They had the stomp dancers that were in the circle right when we got there. It was a fun day. They had a good time, and it was perfect weather. So I'm glad we get to do that stuff. And we also got the free admission to the museum just because we're Davis. They let us go through without having to pay for the gallery part, so our kids get to roam and see all the stuff for free. So that was a good day. Our academic team is in the middle of they're getting started with their season right now. They had some success last year. We're trying to build on that. So we have some kids the numbers are pretty good, so we're hoping to keep building on that one with Ms. Rogers being the sponsor. Our fast pitch softball, I know you heard, academic state champions, outstanding. So class 3 academic state champs, 3.916 GPA, heck of a deal. So really proud of all of those girls and the coaches and all the parents that really just push their kids to strive for excellence in every aspect of life. So that's the proof in the pudding right there. Our Pride of the Arbuckles have been very busy marching contest. They were at the Chickasaw Festival this weekend. They were at the State Fair before. Xavier Cox went with the band to the State Fair and get second as a school mascot. We didn't even know that was a thing until we sent him with them, and then he gets second place. And I don't know if you've seen him or not. He does a great job. He's a big kid. He's real tall. So our alpha wolf is a big wolf. It's so when he goes over to the beautiful day and all that stuff, I mean, he's a big wolf, and the kids, they slap his nose and all kinds of stuff at the pep assemblies, and he just takes it and goes. He's really good at it. So he's doing a great job with that. I had a couple of ag students go to the Tulsa Fair, and Mr. Sapp, we had 2 with some sheep, and then we had 2 pigs go up there. So I think I don't think they made the sale, but they did a good job going up there and participating. We did not have our ring presentation for our eSport state champions. That was going to be at the pep assembly, but they couldn't make that work, so I will let you guys know when we're going to have that later on. I haven't been updated on when we're going to do that. Cross country is in the middle of their season. They're all improving their time, so they're doing a good job. Let's see, vocal, we have a vocal program on the 24th, and drama is ready to perform on the 15th for the community, and the 18th for our school, and I believe it is Night at the Wax Museum is the production that they're going to have with Miss Gray and our drama kids. Those midterms, like Miss Finnerty were saying, we bumped that till next Thursday and Friday, and we will have those odds on Thursday, evens on Friday, but we don't change the bell schedules. So we just did it that way so the kids aren't stressed out having to take all the midterms on one day. We broke it up to where they can take their odds that day, just in the normal class times, evens the next day. We want it to be stressful, but not overwhelming stressful. We want them to be a little bit stressed, just so they get used to taking exams that matter. Let's see. Our September Wolves of Excellence, I haven't named our October ones yet. They were Carter Cowan, Kaylee Eaton, Haley Eaton, and Angel Millsap. So once again, they're nominated by at least 2 teachers for just being seen doing something above and beyond in regards to being a good person and citizenship. So really proud of them. Vision Bank gave us the gift cards this time around. So that's all for my principal's report.
He needs to read off the next agenda item.
Okay.
Item 4 is presentation and review of student dropout and remediation report as required by State Department of Education.
The dropout report for our class, the cohort of 2023, was 1. We only had 1 dropout, which was outstanding. We don't want to have any, obviously, but just with the times that we've had lately, COVID, last year, I can't exactly remember what it was, but it's just a tough time right now, and people kind of get slipped between the cracks when people were going virtual or Epic or coming back, so that was a really good, that's a win for us. On the remediation report, according to the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, Mr. Mooring, this is cohort of 21-22, is that right?
2021, I believe.
Okay, 2021, is that 21
They
seniors
keep
that
2 years
went?
behind, so it'd have been the 21 seniors.
Okay, so the 21 seniors is a 0. We have 0 having to take remedial classes, which is a huge deal.
Which, I pulled it up while you were talking, the first report you ever gave, and it was for the kids of 17, 18, so it was the year before you graduated. We had 6 in English and 11 in math, so it's pretty impressive that we have 0 now. So
Yeah,
that's-
we're making progress.
Yeah.
So that's a heck of a deal. Great job to our kids for taking things seriously. Great job to our teachers for, we go with our standards, but we got a lot of teachers who are talking. We're trying to figure out, ACT, how to take that, how to do things the right way, what to look for, things to study. We're cross curriculum. Coach West was talking to me today about he's going to have an assignment, working with the English teacher, and we're kind of getting our kids steered to what they need to be really focusing on, cutting out the fluff, and I think it's paying off. So that was a big deal. I'm super excited about that. And thank you for all that you do.
Very
Thank you.
good.
Thank you all.
Appreciate all of you.
Thank you very much.
Item number 5, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve the estimate of needs that were approved by the Maury County Excise Board for the 2023-2024 school year.
This is the same one we approved, and they approved. Now we have to prove it again.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Chad?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Doc? Yes. Item number 6, discuss and possible board action to pass a 2024 school election resolution.
This is just the election resolution that we will send to the election board to have our school election for school board.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Second.
Chad?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Doc? Yes. Item number 7, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve closure of specific voting precincts for the board member election.
And this is, used to we could vote to close any precinct that was half in our district under 100 voters. Now it's, you can't close any of them unless they have 0. So they highlighted 2, and those 2 are the ones that we'd be
Close.
voting to close. They have 0 voters in them.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Second.
Chad?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Doc? Yes. Item number 8, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve the 2023-2024 general building and child nutrition fund budgets.
These are our fund budgets based off of that estimate needs. The biggest change is, if you look at our building fund, I think it was on page 2, it's a lot better than it has been. It's back to pre-wind farm protest levels, so still don't know any resolution on our other wind farm protest yet, but feel much better about our building fund going forward.
Absolutely.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Chad?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Doc? Yes. Item 9, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve the hiring of the Indian education tutors for the 2023-2024 school year.
And these are the JOM tutors that the JOM committee recommended. I believe they have to have a vote of 3 people in the committee to be a tutor. But these are the ones that they voted for, and they're taking to us to suggest to us to approve for their students.
Second.
Chad?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Doc? Yes. Item number 10, discussion and possible board action to approve or not approve adding extracurricular activities to include shooting sports and the ability of personnel and students affiliated with the school shooting sport program to have weapons on school premises for the limited time that the events will be conducted on school premises.
I don't have any description for it. That's basically
Did you
it.
say nothing?
Yeah,
There was really nothing attached in that was just based off of the,
yeah.
okay, no action.
And the next one is the policy also for transportation and storage.
Go ahead and move to item 11, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve updating the board policy FNCGA-P, which is the weapons-free school storage and transport of weapons for extracurricular activities. I think you do have that attachment there.
Yes.
And it is the same verbiage as the info you had sent out.
Yes, I think she said she just added a comma to it. That was it.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Chad?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Doc? Yes. Item 12,
Do you want to vote on 10? You got to go back to 10.
So there's not a,
discussion, possible board action to approve or not approve adding.
Yeah, we got to still vote to add it.
I got you.
But it's a good idea. I wanted to move the policy above that, but we had some,
You already had it.
the courthouse, yeah. So it's good to skip that, but we got to
That's
go
fine.
back to 10.
I'll read it again. Discussion? Okay.
I'll second.
Chad?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Doc? Yes. Item 12. Go ahead.
Yep.
Vote to convene in proposed executive session pursuant to OS Section 307B, 2 and 3, and 70 OS Section 5118 of the Open Meetings Act to discuss items 12A through 12C. Motion to enter session.
I'll make a motion to executive session.
Chad?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Doc? Yes. Okay, item 13, acknowledge the board's return to open session. Board of Education returned from executive session at 8:13. The board met in executive session to discuss items 12A through 12C. As authorized by 25 OS Section 307B1, President executive session, board president, vice president, clerk, member Chad Fielding, superintendent Mark Mooring. No action was taken by the Board of Education. Item 14, statement of minutes of executive session. There were no minutes taken. Item 15, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve the employment of the following for the 2023-2024 school year. 2 paraprofessionals, 15A, a pre-K aide, 15B, 15C is extra duty appointments for interpreter and Special Olympics.
Second.
Chad?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Doc? Yes. Item 16, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve the resignation of Carrie Watley, pre-K aide, 16A.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second. Chad?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Doc? Yes. Item 17, superintendent's report.
Just a couple of things. I want to reiterate, and I didn't hear it in the principal's reports. Parent-teacher conferences will be the Monday and Thursday after fall break. It was Tuesday and Thursday, but we moved it to Monday because the rain caused our junior high football teams to miss a game, so we were able to flip a couple dates and still have parent-teacher conference on Monday. I think they have junior high football on Tuesday, and then we'll have parent-teacher conferences again on Thursday. And then I think we're out of school that Friday in lieu of parent-teacher conferences. They'll be from 4 to 7. At the elementary, they schedule appointments. The middle school and high school, it is they can come anytime they want. I would also like to say the Gear Up grant that Ms. Finnerty talked about is a pretty neat deal for 6th and 7th graders for the next 7 years to get them on some college campuses and see if that's the right thing or not for them. You know, we take our 8th graders to the career tech also, so it's kind of, you know, just putting them on a college campus or in 8th grade, putting them on a career tech and letting them see some programs that they like. And it's some stuff for the teachers to do too, but it's a grant that several schools in the state I saw got, but it's for rural students in Oklahoma that try to get them on college campuses to see if that's what they want to do. So I'm really excited about that. We thought we might get it in 2021, but COVID and some other things caused us not to get it, but we did. We were just notified. We were actually notified the end of September. I think it was September 28th, and we had to respond by October 2nd whether or not we were going to do it. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I mean, if it's going to be good for our kids, we're going to do it. So those are the only 2 things we did get, and you guys know this. We did get our insurance check from the flooding of February of 2021. So that's what has delayed us, and a lot of our building fund stuff is we had to spend a lot of money on the underground, and we're just now getting reimbursed for all of that. So we put our building fund back whole again. So been a really exciting, been a really good year, and we've seen a lot of good things from our students, and we've already seen our students being very successful. So I'm excited about that.
Very good. On that Gear Up, they'll be able to start implementing that this year,
Yes.
this school year with those
Yes.
students? Okay.
Yep, this school year, they'll be able to start implementing that. We are going to a conference over that to be trained on it in November. Myself, Ms. Finnerty, Ms. Owens, and 2 or 3 teachers are going to go to that. So yeah, we'll start working on that in November, and they'll give us the timeline then. I'm assuming it's going to start in January. They said it's going to start really quick, so I'm guessing January. But they'll tell us for sure.
Okay. Thank you. Item number 18, new business.
I have none.
Item 19, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Chad?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Doc? Yes.